Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Rick had said last week he was gonna be here and speak of space. There's Mike comes in and like the county reps. So first thing up will be there's a proposal from CHA who did the design for the field to basically be the grant writer for that project. Total cost would be $6,500. We've actually budgeted $825. The grant writers, so there'll be leftover if we need other grant writers to go in those things. So
Do they have a grant in mind, or is this just for the no grant?
It's listed on the proposal and everything about it.
Municipal Parks and Recreation Grant Program. Administered by Parks Recreation and Historic Preservation. So there's additional design work that's not included in this cost. But I mean, that's,
Yeah.
they do engineering work too, so if it comes down to that.
Yeah. I don't think we got another thing for engineering, but I know Marty reached out, but they should, I mean, they'd be able to do like the whole thing and see what counts.
Yeah, they just didn't break it, like when they did the concept, they didn't get into the nitty gritty or.
Yeah, it was just the initial concept.
So have they won these grants before? What's their track record? Do they know what it's?
I might have to check on that. I'm pretty sure they brought it up at the initial proposal when they were doing the design. I mean, they have a long history of doing this specific work. You know, like the. What's the difference between here and Portland? Douglas, they did a lot of the work for that.
Pretty complex. So when they say grant support, are they going to draft the grant? Bringing to us, approval, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's my understanding of what happened.
I'm just seeing if their proposal from the field, just because of. See. Item food.
Put out an RFP. Right? What's this?
You know, we did put out RFP for the grant writer. Marty reached out to some places to get proposals. So CUJ came back with this. We got another one that only gave us a proposal for a few hundred just to do the research. And then we got another grant writer that said that's just the same grant to do, but she did not end up getting us a number as to how much it would cost. And so when we determined when we were discussing, since CJ already has the background too, there's no bringing them up to speed. It's not, it is way under budget than what we budgeted for a grant writer. It's a good price. And they do have the experience to do it.
A good rule of thumb on what a grant might cost. Okay.
Yeah, it depends on it, I mean, when I'm doing my own office, I mean, we interact with municipalities to do, you know, CDBG or, you know. More than that.
Yeah.
Like, without giving too much information.
Oh, I know, doesn't too.
Yeah. The 6,500 from what I've seen before, it's more than my own experience.
Yeah, like I said, it just depends on what. The intricacies, and I've done a grant, but it's a small grant, but
Yeah,
both of them 800,000. Right, so it paid off, but it just varies.
yeah. Usually it's. How all the pieces to it, so it's good to have someone that can handle all that and all the bureaucracy that comes with it, Yeah, and again, because they have the background already, I feel like it'll probably take less time to people put together than hiring a grant writer, like, let's say hourly or something, to try to come up to speed with the concept and the plan, and we've been working with CBJ already, it's.
Question, so because this isn't in here, it just might be something you know off the top of your head. They say that the current grant portals are closed, so they'll anticipate beginning work once the grant opening announcement has occurred. Do you have any idea what the cycle is on that when?
This is like,
Would you want to come up with like?
yeah, sure. Hey, fine.
It says it's, it's closed, and so once the grant announcements occur, they'll start working on it. I just didn't know if you might know when the grant.
I don't know, yeah, I don't know when that one opens,
Curious.
because it can vary also,
Like, it might not be till July, right, or something, that's why I was wondering, or if you think it will be sooner.
I don't know, yeah, that one I'm not too, because I'm not familiar with the parks one, but yeah. And it's probably gonna matter, I imagine probably how budgeting goes for New York State too, and when, yeah.
I found their proposals from last October. It listed the experience from the engineering architects. But also it was all different project. Troubleshooting of the athletic projects and parks.
Is there an estimate for the match?
90% from the state,
Okay.
up to 90%. Match is 10%. Maximum grant is 1 billion.
Which,
That would cover.
that would pretty much get us most of the way there with the concepts they gave us.
To think their estimates.
I think it was 1.5.
Yeah.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah, because they talk about the 3 different designs, one was about a half.
Mhm.
Mark.
Yeah,
No, I don't know how much they counted. Work that prep work.
yeah, so that, yeah, I think that 1.5 honestly really feels like worst case scenario, because, yeah, we figured we could probably pick up some stuff with highway and other things that we can kind of, I would say it was like
monthly would count local.
yeah.
Has anyone reached out to state parks about this?
No,
So they encourage. Questions to go to our regional figures, I guess with Southern Tier region.
Mhm.
Amanda Marsh, she knows as well.
yeah, as far as I know, no one has reached out to state bids.
Well, I just think if we're going to apply, we should. Run it by them and say, is this in the ballpark or something? Fun.
Yeah,
I mean, I presume if we approve this. When would the contract start? Yeah, I guess whenever the application does work.
yeah, I would have to work through the contracting with them once it's approved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we would need the actual.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they, in, one of those things in their application talked about. Something in Effingham County, or they work under SP lost funding,
Mhm.
I don't know what that is,
Okay.
so. Don't pop that up. So, yeah, I mean, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they've really done some the background work, because that they state in the proposal that that's what they think is the best one to do.
Yeah, that's a, Georgia, so.
Yeah. I mean, this is just one. Geographic. So that I could see us go, it's not needed at all. Lot of. It's coming there.
Or once they write the. Plan, but I know you have to tweak it, but it's mostly the same.
You can just do it once, you're gonna copy paste it and then. Yeah,
So, I mean, in this current cycle, we put in. Into roads, we put, yeah, the now one. As far as I know, something else. In mind, like, progress. Let's do it a lot.
Yeah.
I
I mean, this would be a good one. It's.
States that they put out these programs for these dollars, price for it. I have some attention to the process.
it takes a lot of time.
Process. It's complicated, but I haven't seen an example of it.
Mhm. CDBG takes up a lot of my time when I get hired from.
Yeah. Sure.
CDBG is painful.
Oh, we'll have you for that.
I'll be the schedule on this proposal says.
Right,
It's good 6 weeks.
but there are a few on this website. You are building recreational infrastructure. Yeah, it's an issue. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, even the ones selected on the proposal, it is gonna matter. What ends up happening with the New York state budget and then what they're gonna fund and not fund the next year.
It's true, but
That's what's available.
this NPR grant is funded by bond act money.
Yeah.
We've already
Yeah,
said we were going to respond that. It's not off budget. I think that's a sign of this thing will be there regardless of that state. All right, I'm gonna take your recommendation on this. So we make it into a good investment. So I'll second.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
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 thank you. Yeah, yeah. It's exciting, like. Yeah.
You guys,
Well, thanks.
have a good one.
Which is,
Drive safe.
yeah. Try to avoid the village, it's a mess.
Right.
Next up is the. It's a bunch of task authorizations. Right. Didn't know. Sure. So this is all the make ready work for the utility poles.
And David's looked at these and he's okay with them.
What was that?
David's confirmed that he's good with them
Yeah, I mean, it's been,
and to pass them on to us. Okay.
yeah, this is where, yeah, these are things that have been through Vantage and
Just making sure.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not a.
Covering my socks compliance. It's all.
And some of these are for the part in Caroline too.
Yeah.
So they're not. Not, so the number one's Caroline, which we have to approve the ones that are Caroline. Three is in Caroline. That's Dryden, they're labeled like Caroline one, Caroline, they Dryden 16. 17. So there's five of them, so I'll move those.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. The next one is the annual contract for Sienna. With Sienna Communications for Dryden Fiber. It's network purchasing through Graybar. This is for $59,867.20. And Sienna's the yeah, it's like it's for the cabin. These are good. It's the software
It's a service.
service contract. This is gonna come up on.
Do you have any idea if this is same as last year? Literally, what kind of-
It's actually a little less than last year. When I went back and looked. And that I followed up with Graybar and they basically said, knowing some of the challenges they have in Sienna, they cut the cost of that.
You know how much?
About, if I remember, it was 63,000 last year and 59,000, like 59,000 this year. You have to get up. Follow up with it.
Right. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll move this again.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. And the next one is a purchasing materials. Right, fiber.
All of these quotes are for the Caroline hut, all the materials we get, the equipment we get inside. So getting it ready, so that way when the hut is in place. That we put it ready.
Yeah, so it's. Citing things like clamps and straps, drawers.
All it's up.
Rectifier, right up front. All right, I'll move these.
Second.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. So now. The next one is the drawdown number 8 for the sewer capital project. From the CDBG funds. If you're driving, you've been driving through Barnum's spices.
A lot.
So this is for this drawdown is 226,385. So I'll move this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Next one is the credit card authorized borrower. So this is, so we have different credit cards for the town. This is the, so that we have one for driving fiber specifically to supervisor's office. Today, so we want to add one for driving fiber. The limit is $2,000, so just for it's small. And all the vouchers go through. Voucher process.
I'll say.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes. And there's the volunteer board application. The broadband committee. Is this somebody? Okay, so.
Yes, it's.
Yeah.
Well, great, we serve on other committees. But. Yes, see that. What did you? Especially. We can ask them to do this. Close stop, all right. I'll move this application.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. So next week we have a public hearing on Snyder Hill. The T-Mobile tower application here. That's the there public hearing and then we might be. There's.
Yeah.
That's not, that would just be introduced after discussions.
I'm saying hearing if that's the 11th or the 18th, we can say that. So that's
What?
We set the hearing, the open, right,
Which?
for the data center.
No, we have next week. We have to.
We introduce it next
We
week,
have to introduce
so we
it.
can vote on it. Is it?
right.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to introduce the action. All our laws.
Yeah, I would ask that everyone look at what the planning board. Yes. We charge them with coming up with something and they did a lot of work for us on that, so. I don't think it's good to have the definitions out there, and I think that anyways, could be involved in municipality on this issue. I'm looking at language to. If you notice on one section, it's been there, but on like page 8, there's additional conditions and having language that renewable energy. Groundbreaking.
What kind of renewable energy?
I think you could say. Solar would be easy one, we have 5 megawatts, you know, it's already. It's not lots, but it could be. Where you need actually get some.
Yep. Yeah. And the more I read, the more questions I have.
I think it for everyone, it's a really interesting evolving topic. Not going the right. We're all using. The crypto mining, we could. Try and ban and be hard to enforce. And. Install. Processes. But,
I think
So this is switch.
so,
It's almost like there is a switch.
yeah, it'd be very hard. But I also think if we looked at what our concerns are and addressed it in the legislation, our concerns. Excessive energy use, and let's say it has to. Something renewable energy.
so. Well, and I asked this because I don't know. I was reading an article this morning about the challenges with the state laws related to utilities. And so some of the regulations are utility laws, and I'm just, so one of my questions is are things like that something we can put in place? Or are there other laws that will provide?
But we can definitely. Ban these things if we don't know.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just, because I like the idea of what you're saying with the renewable energy. So I'm not challenging it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's one of the questions that came to my mind of like, because I'm not a lawyer. So, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think what happened is, well, we're gonna end up talking about that. May be ready at least in December. Do technical session with us to talk about.
Okay,
Or you're gonna put raise, put together the. What would be the bibliography for the research,
okay. Yeah, just
so,
make sure what we put through can be,
and the moratorium also doesn't expire in February. So, expect. Vote in December, especially with the reconstruction, they're all like, well.
yeah,
We're not under that kind of time tension, and if it turned out. I know if it turned out we needed a little bit more time, you probably would stay in the moratorium.
yeah. People have done so much work on this. I hate to guide it.
Has everyone taken a look at this?
Yeah.
So what I'm referring to, just one thing, that actually I had another idea I want to share, but. It has a section renewable energy expectations. Renewable energy efficiency data centers are encouraged to. And then we say, if it's basically. It's installed. It's monitoring. Yes, it's renewable energy such as on-site generation power, which is energy sources. Instead of saying encouraged, we could say required. In both places. Tighten up the line if we wanted to further. But that would send a message of, what we prioritize. And another thing, another heard from some folks is concerned that, well, we're putting a size limit on these things. What if they just put in a few in the light industrial areas? Say 5,000 square feet, and To put in a series of them, get up to 20,000.
So we're limiting how many per industrial area or,
We could do that, or we could say they couldn't be any closer than a mile apart.
Yeah, although right now it's rating like one per industrial zone.
Yeah.
Two industrial zones.
Two,
right, that's what I remember was,
Yeah.
there was a
And then
number
there's-
per.
And that would be the limit, that means they wouldn't be going up and.
So I know that is,
No, it's hollow or plane or where, near the nature areas.
I know in one of the areas, in virtual areas, there is water for this, I guess, the municipal water, right? But in the other one is just, well. So I know the virtual areas that we're looking at, one it has actually municipal water. Is the other area as well? No, it'll be adjacent, but not right into the industrial zone. But it won't have municipal water, right? Because this, no, I actually, both zones have portions of them that are served by the, out there. Not entirely, but each zone has public water portion.
Yeah, I think there's, that becomes its own debate, like, do you actually use municipal, or do you want to like circulating water? You don't want to be dumping up water in the sewer system.
Right.
So I think that comes down to,
Yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of complexity there.
This is addressed in the proposed language, because that important or. Public-private well water shall not be used for direct single pass or evaporative cooling to the water usage requirements. Yep. Strict on whether public or well water can be used for these techniques that are water intensive. And there were 4 other points that I'm making all right now. They did their best to address the idea. of Water.
I think they did an amazing job and, I only say that because I want to make sure whatever we do is locked down, because I think it is an opportunity for us to really set an example of how things should be done. Without falling into the newbie trap, because we all sit here. So yeah, okay, I look forward to hearing more people.
Thank you.
I don't know. Really? That's the next week, it's just. It's not a public hearing for. I said that in the. You better about the public.
In December.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then, you know, like I said. it's like- Anything. Oh.
Good.